The name's Khan. Yusuf. Today we're going to be talking about electrolysis. Now, let's just start with the word. Electrolysis has two parts to the word. Two parts. Two parts of the word. There's electro and there's lysis. What does electro mean? It means electricity. What does lysis mean? It means the splitting of. So, electrolysis is essentially the splitting of a compound or a mixture using electricity. That's all it is, really. And then there's the whole, coating stuff. But anyway, now, for electrolysis to work, the ions have to be free to move. The ions are only free to move when an ionic substance is dissolved in water or if it's melted. For example, if electricity is passed through copper chloride solution, the copper chloride is broken down to form copper metal and chlorine gas. Now, I've drawn a little diagram here, which, it might help the less able students of the class. I'm not saying there are any, I'm just saying, Hamza, if you don't understand, then just ask someone. Okay? I'm not saying you're thick. Okay, it might be the teacher's fault, because, no one really likes Dr. Warlow. I'm joking. Jesus, calm down. Okay, move the camera down a bit. Alright then, so here we clearly have a beaker. I don't know if this is upside down, like flipped or something, but yeah, we have two electrons in a solution, in an ionic solution, remember? We have two electrodes. One is positive, which is the anode, and one is negative, which is the cathode. In the solution there's ions, and seeing as they're free to move, they move. So obviously, as we know, opposites attract. So the negatively charged ions go to the positive electrode, and the positively charged ions go to the negative electrode. Negative goes to positive, positive goes to negative. These negatively charged ions are called anions because they go to the anode. These positively charged ions are called cations because they go to the cathode. A good way to remember is that the anode is positive because it has the word add in it, AD, and the cations are positive because it has the word cat in it, which is also another word for pussy. And if you think about it, positive sounds like pussytive, which can link to the cat ions. Both of these electrodes have wires on them which connect to the battery over here, which ultimately lead to the power source down here in the wall, which is in the socket. I've written here that an ion is a charged particle, which it is. I'm not really sure why I put that in, but it is. You need to know that. I think that's it for this section. Yeah. Okay then. Here's what happens during electrolysis. Now, I'm not going to ask anything, but I'm going to tell you, I'm forcing you to respond when I say something. I'm going to be a bit like Dora the Explorer, because I'm going to say stuff and then you're going to have to answer me. And I'll see how well this goes when this is actually played during class. Okay, so the positively charged ions move to the negative electrode during electrolysis. They receive electrons and are reduced. The negatively charged ions move to the positive electrode during electrolysis. They lose electrons and are oxidized. Now, I'm going to say that again, but I want to say it shorter. So, what's another way of saying the positively charged ions? Positively charged ions? You don't know? Okay, I'm going to pick someone. Hayden, tell me, what are positively charged ions in this circumstance? What are they called? That's right, they're called the cations because they go to the cathode. And you probably didn't answer that, but okay. And yeah, the negatively charged ions, which is Zahid, the anions, they move to the anode during electrolysis. They lose electrons and are oxidized. Now, this whole reduction oxidization thing can be remembered with the phrase oil rig. Oxidation is loss, reduction is gain. Now obviously positive ones have gained and negative ones have lost. So that's the first bits of my video. Thank you very much and goodbye.